Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm Mark. Today we are out on the disc golf course. We're up in Warwick, New York. There is a tournament here this weekend, and I came out and played, the upcoming weekend. I came out and played a little bit with my friends this weekend because they were playing the tournament. They're playing the tournament that's coming up, and they were like, hey, you should come out and play. I wasn't sure, kind of for obvious reasons, but I actually threw pretty well, and so I decided, hey, why not? And so last night I went ahead and signed up. So I'm out here going to get a little bit more practice on the course. I've got my full bag with me, and I've got new discs in the bag. So it's going to be trying out, making sure the new discs fly the way that I want them to, and making sure that I can get the shot shapes that I need. And so I'll take you along, and we'll play the 18 holes out here. So let's go. Okay, so this first hole is a par 3, 171 feet, short, but it's pretty uphill. It's got a couple of tiers here, and the play really is going to be a forehand out around the side. I don't have a great forehand, but we're going to do it anyway. You can go a wide spike hyzer around these trees, but there's a lot of branches that are going to kind of get in your way, or you can do a turnover backhand, but we need to practice with the forehand, so that's what we're going to do. Layout we're playing is silver to silver, which is the shortest layout. Two off the first. Put the first one a little bit too wide. Expected it to fade a little bit harder. Second one I put it with a little bit more height, and it's right next to the basket. Okay, so good second shot. The first shot was easy par, but we're definitely gonna go, two off the first, because that's how we do. And got the bird. All right, hole 2 is a 306-foot par 3. You've got this real narrow gap right off the tee pad, very downhill, and then you've got kind of a tunnel, and then it fades off to the left. So you want something that's going to fly pretty straight, but then have a little bit of fade at the end. I'm going with the reactor on this one, try and lay it out there flat. Key is hitting this first gap right off the bat. Okay, that one was a little bit more right than I wanted it to be, but it pushed all the way through, and it's out probably 45 from the basket, maybe a little bit closer. Okay, so here's where I landed, and yeah, it's a tester for sure. And what's tough about it is that steep decline. It's not very far, but if you hit it, you could roll. And the road, not the gravel road, but the regular road, is OB. So we're gonna probably play this one a little bit safe. Just put it right under the basket for an easy par. Today is the first day out shooting with my full bag. Previous round I did with them, I brought like 15 discs, just a small bag, and carried that. And like I said, I do have a lot of new discs that I am trying out this week. Some of them are the same molds that I've been throwing, just new plastic, and some of them are all new discs. So we'll see how it works out. All right, this one is a short, 190 feet uphill to that white basket, but a lot of trees blocking your way. I'm just gonna go with the hex, try and throw it flat up through there. And I definitely pulled that one over to the side, but it's getting through, it's up there. It's got a look. Got a headwind, which makes this a little bit longer putt than I'd like it to be. We're gonna see what we can do right here. Ooh, off the band. Missed opportunity there. All right, hole 4, 193 feet, par 3. Pretty wooded, it's pretty guarded. It is down off to the right. You can probably just barely see it down there, but it takes a tricky shot. If you go long, you go way down the hill and you're shooting back up a muddy slope. At least right now it's pretty muddy. Try and go a little bit inside, cut it early. There's a little platform where the basket's at, and that's what we're trying to hit. We'll see. This is a new Razor Claw 3, brand new. Okay, I took the line that I wanted, kept it on the high side, but I don't think it pushed as far as I needed it to before it faded. So it obviously got a little bit better ground play than I thought, because I'd come up behind and it must have slid down here. There's a lot of leaves up here, so it probably just slid on that. But it still leaves me with a pretty precarious putt. You can see that you've got the platform there, and then it just drops off and you've got the blue basket behind. Oh, and that's the risk of going for it. Okay, safe par. So I gotta say, it's really nice to be able to actually get out here and play around. All right, hole 5, very uphill shot. Maybe deceiving on camera, but it is very, very uphill. Takes a pretty good push. It is set off to the right, up on that ledge up there. If you were to go straight up, you might be able to see it, but it's a tough one to get to. You can try a backhand, crash it in, but there's a lot of guardian trees. Clear route is up the fairway, forehand, faded out to the right, but you gotta make sure that you got something that you can get up there and it doesn't push too far, carry too straight, too long. So we're gonna try it with the Raptor. All right, a little short, but it's up on the top. Now, while I got this one up to the top, left it way shorter than I wanted to. Oh, just a bad attempt there. And par. Hole 6, 228 par 3, going with the Brave prototype. Not trying to throw it too hard, just kind of try and put it up there. 228 par 3, straight ahead. Looks pretty good. A little short. Okay, a little bit short. Came in short, faded, skipped. Leaving me a little bit more than I wanted on this one, but it's gettable. Oh, just came up short. That's frustrating. Another par. That one should have been a birdie. All right, hole 7, 325. You've got a couple of trees out here in the middle. If you go straight between those trees, there's another set of 2 trees. Straight between those is the basket, 325 down there. I'm gonna use the Infinite Sphinx. It's the Bonanza Halo Sphinx. A little bit more fade than I wanted. Put it a little bit too in the center rather than putting it a little bit further to the right. We'll fix that for the round. All right, I actually left this one quite a bit shorter than I thought. Oh, not bad. Didn't leave myself a good comebacker though. And another par. Hole 8. 306 feet, but it doesn't play really 306 because you've got a short gap here, and then you've got kind of a wide open fairway once you get past all the trees down there. But the thing is, you want it to fade, but not too much, because that once you hit that fairway, it is a pretty severe downhill sloping left. So you want it to fade, but not a lot. But you need it to get between these trees first of all. So we're gonna try. Get off it. Oh, well, not a Mando. I was close. I was really close, but didn't make it. Okay, in no way is this an optimal lie, but I do have a lane through here. The basket is down that hill. So if I take this razor claw, backhand it through here and let it fade, I might be able to get it close. We'll see. It is a tight gap getting out of here. Oh, just needed to get around those trees, and I didn't. It doesn't look like I'm going to be saving par on this one. Okay, pretty tight little lie back here. Can't ask for more on that one. I knew I was coming up short, so just put it there for a tap in. And first bogey of the round. That's disappointing, but put this back at even. See if we can keep that. Hole 9, 171 feet, short one. It is uphill. The play that's going to get a lot of people is going straight up the gap. So there's a gap right in the middle of these trees. Basket is right in the middle of it on the other side of the trees. But that whole tree area is roped off and is OB. So if you come up short, you hit one of those trees, you're leaving yourself a bad shot. The easier, well, smarter play is around the outside. Now, I hung it out way too wide when I played this past weekend. So we're going to try not going quite as wide. Not going to carry it quite as far as I did. Put it up high enough that it comes and fades in. See if we can get lucky here. Oh yeah. Exactly what I wanted to do. Exactly what I wanted to do. All right, so the method faded perfectly. I just put too much on it. Again, I didn't think I did. I could have cut it closer to the trees and been right next to the basket, right under the basket. But instead, I've got this one a little bit further out. And just a crap attempt. Oh well, it's another par. Better than the last one, which was a bogey. Gotta look on the bright side of things, right? Can't let negative thoughts creep into your head. Gotta stay positive. Front 9 is complete. I am even par. Would have been nice to have been a couple under at this point. I think that the front 9 is easier. The back 9 plays a little bit harder. We get in, got a couple of wood shots here, and then some much longer shots, longer par 3s coming up. I think it's 15 is probably one of the harder ones on the course for me. This one here is not that long, 249. I have a tendency of not putting my disc wide enough, and so I end up going way past the white basket, silver basket, and going, and pretty much last time I nearly parked the blue, which is another 100 feet to the left. So I want to swing this one pretty wide, just get around that line of trees down there and have it come in. We'll see what we can do. Oh, that looks really good. That is, ooh, I was listening for chains. That looks so good. We'll see where it actually ended up. Sometimes they look good and they're still 100 feet away. All right, so once again, I did go long. So came around the corner up there. There's the blue basket. That's where I was putting it last time. And so I'm still quite a ways past it. I'm just gonna kind of put this up there. Not trying to run it or anything. Just get it close. And that will be another par. I would much rather go for the par on this one. Just lay it up there, then have it hit, roll down the hill, end up bogey, double bogey, end up with an 8. Instead, just throw it up here, put it right under the basket, and have a no stress par. Hole 9, probably one of the most beautiful holes on this course. Got a nice little stream that runs through here. The stream runs off on the left and then behind the basket. This is a pretty tight, straight shot. You just kind of want to try and lay something down there, so we're going to try it with the hex. Just lace it down through the middle. Just like that. Probably not the distance I wanted. Definitely not the distance I wanted, but should be a par. All right, here you can see just how beautiful this hole is. You've got this sweeping little creek kind of going through here, ice on it. Basket is tucked up in there on a little bit of a ledge. I'm not in a great spot, but I'm okay. Just gonna take the Envy, just layer up there, and that should be an easy par. And another par. Hole 12, pretty straight hole. It's just down there. You've got a couple of trees to contend with. Narrow, but hex should be a perfect one for this one. Get by it. I square up that tree right in the middle, of course. All right, so I'm pretty cut off on this one. I've got 2 trees directly in line. I can't see the basket. So what I'm gonna do is step out this way, little forehand, kind of aiming it over there, get a little bit of height, not much though. See what we can do. Not great, but it'll putt. Okay, put this one in for yet another par. Bloop, bloop. All right, hole 13. This one isn't very long, 276, but it is very uphill. Right between those two pines is the basket. Well, it's 50 feet past those pines. I've been throwing my Sphinx on this one. I can get it just below the crest of the hill. I haven't been putting enough height on it. Been getting good rips on it, but I've got a new disc in my bag that I wanted to try out. Figured this might be a good hole to get a feel for it. This is the Fission Photon. So we'll give this one a rip on here and see what we can do. What can we do? Okay, right up to the top of the hill, just to the left of the left pine tree. So got ourselves a look, but we got up there. All right, longer putt than I'd like. He's been trash all day. Gotta do something better. Oh my God. Well, another par. I've been working so much on my putts. The wind, you know, a lot of the putting I've been doing for the last 2 months, it's been inside, it's been indoors. No wind to deal with. Getting out here, wind is a different element that I'm not accounting for very well. All right, hole 14, 321, downhill. If you follow the fence or the rock wall down there, it is just on the other side of that. I'm gonna go with my flippier Sphinx, again, Bonanza stamp. See if I can turn it over and get it right over there. Problem with this one is that, you know, I've had some times where it flips too much and becomes a roller. Sometimes I don't put it high enough and it cut rolls. With it being downhill, I don't want to air it out because it's going to end up stalling and coming to the left. But at the same time, I can't keep it too low or else I risk that. So I'm gonna aim right at the gap for the blue down there. Put it out there, just see what happens. Long, a little bit long in the basket, had the exact flight that I wanted, flipped up, turned right through those trees, but sailed probably 50, 60 past the basket. This lie is pretty horrible, honestly. Not sure how I'm gonna get this out of here. A little flick right through there, maybe. All right, right at the base of the camera. So, I got it out and put it in a good spot for a par. And another par. Coming up to the next hole, which is the one that I think is probably the hardest one on the course. All right, hole 15. It is 390. The line of trees there is probably right about 300. Getting it to the trees or right around the trees is good. You definitely don't want something that fades too much because the slope. It is down, if you see the leaning tree way down there, it is down just past that leaning tree. So I thought that the Photon flew pretty good last time. We're gonna keep it kind of low so it doesn't fade too much, it doesn't stall out and fade, and see what we can do. And so much for keeping it low. I mean, it's down there. The key on this one is definitely staying further to the right off of the drive. Where I am here, I am really pinched off. I've got this line of trees, it's in my way. I've got this wall. It would be fine if these little trees weren't sitting right here, so I don't even have a good forehand line or a backhand line out of here. I mean, that might be the play though. Try and pitch it right through there. If I go forehand, I've got this line of big trees. I'm gonna have to try and cut it between, and that's a tricky shot. So I think I'm gonna put this on some hyzer and try and put it right through. And got a crappy roll. It wasn't a great shot. Got me out, but I'm thinking this is probably another bogey. Look, I know what you guys are thinking right now. You guys watch Bonanza, you guys watch Broderick, and they go out and they shoot under par. They shoot birdies on every hole. I'm not them. I'm not that good. I'm still learning. I've only been playing for a little over a year, and I definitely still have a lot of work to do. There's the basket. There's the disc. See what we can do. Oh, had the line just a little long. And bogey. Man, I'd like to play that one again. That was frustrating. All right, hole 16 is not a long shot. It's 228. We're gonna use a reactor, go off on the right-hand side, have it fade. We don't want it to fade hard and have it skip down the hill, but we just wanna get kind of between the pine trees and the big trees over on the right-hand side and have it fade and come back down. So let's see what we can do here. Oh, that looks pretty tasty. Oh, a little long. Put a little more on it than I wanted. All right, so I definitely put this further back than I wanted. So yeah, a nice skip. You know, the distance of the fade wasn't bad. A little lower probably would have been nice, but got this for birdie. And I left it short. That's okay. It'll be better next time. Get it all out of the way for the tournament. And another par. All right, hole 17. This one is a long hole, 471 par 3. It's pretty downhill, but you do have kind of a bump in between. Big throw. I'm gonna go with the Emperor on this one. Just kind of see what we can do. Occasionally I get it down there, but it's, we'll see. Not a horrible shot. Pulled it a little bit and didn't get enough snap on it straight ahead, so it didn't have the distance that I would have liked, but should be able to lay that up for an easy par. Okay, so got it about 380 here, got about 90 to the hole, and just gonna use the Watt, just a nice little touch pitch. And a little more fade. Didn't come out of my hand as flat as I wanted, a little bit of hyzer on it, but 10, 15 foot, easy par. All right, guys, it's been a fun round. 18th, we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna go Vanguard, forehand, try and get it between those two pines up there. Probably have to put it on a little bit of a flex, pretty flat, and get it to fade a little bit to the right. The basket is through that gap and then up to the right, so we'll see what we can do here. Faded a little bit early. Hit that tree. We'll go up there, pitch it up, hopefully take a par, and finish this off 1 over. Okay, so I hit that tree, fell down here. Basket's right at the top of this hill. Just gonna throw the Watt up, keep it low under those branches, and just get it close. Well, not under the branches, but still close enough. Okay, this one is to save par and walk out of here 1 down, or 1 over. Barely squeaked it over, but it made it in. All right, guys, thanks for joining me today. If you have any questions, any comments, leave them down below. Let me know what you thought around. We'll see 1 over. I will look it up, and right down here, I'll put what that actually is rating wise. Both UDisc and looking at past tournaments here on this layout, what does that equate to? We'll see. But I appreciate you guys checking this out. See you next time.